Hey everybody, EXPCon day one is kind of a wrap for today. We just got back to the hotel. It's about midnight, and it's been kind of a long day. And kind of wanted to sit down here and talk just a little bit about what the takeaways were from day one. And I'm just going to sit here and pass the mic to my wife. I'm sitting here with Annie, my wife, and Danielle and Ryan Ramirez, all part of the Unleashed Advisors. So it's just going to give you some insight of what day one was like.
Thank you very much. I think a key takeaway for me is number one, we've talked about it, getting in the room, but I thought it was really cool. Actually, a handful of things. Walking into the explore floor and just seeing like the party that kicked it all off, seeing everybody there dancing and having a good time, but then the party after the party and getting it to the masterminds where we get to kind of like dig in to some of the top producers in the company. That was really cool. And the thing that stuck out to me was there was a comment about some of the 7 things that you need to do for your real estate career. And the statement that you have to be part of your own rescue. So I thought that was really cool because, I mean, we can ask for help and all that stuff, but if we're not willing to put in the hard work, we're not going to get to where we want to go. And so I thought that was really cool. We talk always about mindset, and that one for me took another twist on mindset and making sure that you're doing the work to get you where you want to go. So how about you, Danielle? What was one key takeaway for you?
Well, I will say this is our first year going to EXPCon. So far it's been amazing just walking in the building and seeing everything that's being offered and all the different walks of life that does real estate. It's pretty interesting and exciting at the same time. But one of the takeaways for me this evening when we had our meetup is do everything with love.
Yeah.
Everyone that you work with and everyone that you serve, love them like you would love your family, your friends, and others. And, it all becomes full circle no matter what you do. So just continue to, thrive, but in the process, help others and help others help others.
Yeah.
But, just do everything in love and, everything will flourish. How about you, love?
So for me, I think one of the biggest things, because EXP is a cloud-based brokerage, right? So we don't have an office to show up to. Most of us, there are some teams that have brick and mortar, but you can work from home. And so sometimes working from home, you can feel lonely, or you can feel like you're solo. Even though we're 2 domestic teams here, we have each other. But seeing people from that you see on Facebook or on social media and seeing them in real life really was impactful for me today, because the few people that I do know through our brokerage were like, hey, Ryan. And then, we're like giving each other hugs and checking in. And so just the community aspect for me, being a cloud-based brokerage, because I think that's a lot of people's hesitancies, right? They need the accountability, somewhere to show up Monday through Friday and to be in person. And I get that, but I mean, our brokerage is huge and we're successful and we're cloud-based. So being able to have the community feel today and to really meet people that I've followed online. So in the luxury division, I got to meet some of the trainers, some of the coaches for luxury, and just people in North Carolina. And you got to meet them and have conversation with them. So I think kicking off the day and seeing like, yes, we work from home. Yes, it's a cloud-based brokerage. Yes, there's flexibility, but yet we still do things in person. So the takeaway is get in the room. We say time and time again, there's power in proximity. So you got to show up, and it's not going to be easy to show up. There are many of our friends and colleagues who aren't here, and I was getting a lot of messages like, oh, next year. But as we know, tomorrow's never promised, right? And so for us, we come here making it happen, whatever it takes. We may not be, set right now because we're still building, but like we talked about, sacrifice. And so what are you willing to do to get to the next level? What rooms are you willing to be in? What trips, what sacrifice are you willing to make? And so as we were just kind of sitting in the Expo 4 and the mastermind, the meeting after the meeting, I was like, wow, like we're still growing. and there's still so much room for growth, but you have to do what you have to do to get in proximity with these people. So shout out to James Massey, to Levi, to Brango, the people that I've heard about. Now I got to actually meet them in person, and it's just getting started, right? So I got a bunch of questions that I want to ask, and yeah, just for me, my biggest takeaway or reflection was like, yo, do what you gotta do. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be a sacrifice, financially, emotionally, spiritually. We got stuff going on at home as we speak, but we know that God put us where we need to be right now in this moment, so we can take care of those things.
No one owes you anything.
That's it.
You are only in control of yourself.
No one owes you anything, and then he also, no one's coming to save you. No one's coming to save you. As much as we love all the people just in this group here, like, we can't save each other like that the way we need to. So yeah, a lot of nuggets just to kick off day one. Looking forward to every breakout, every general session that we have. And again, it energizes me because it's like only being my first year in the business, and doing what we've done so far with minimal effort. I'll just use that word. I know there's so much more potential, and being in proximity with our team, our local team, and then our national team and global team has been like, all right, let's ask the right questions. Let's take away what we need to take away. More importantly, let's execute, because it's all good and dandy, but until we actually do the work, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's really good.
So my biggest takeaway was this. I mean, I'm probably the vet in the group here. So I seen a lot of growth within EXP. There was no luxury division when I first started with EXP. There was no commercial division when I started with EXP. It is all there. It's all flourishing. It is growing exponentially in a big time way. And even our agent count is way up. When I started with EXP, our agent count was like 30,000. We're at 87,000, 89,000, and we're in 24 countries now. So it's cool to see how Glenn Sanford has really developed the company, and his cutting edge, the way he thinks, is totally different. So it's been really cool to see that and be a part of that. So it's been really cool. So.
And I'm also looking forward to tomorrow because at our mastermind tonight, they kind of like gave us some sneak peeks about what's to come. And so they're going to make some big announcements for us tomorrow. So stay tuned because we'll have more info for you after day 2. Anything else to add?
So we got a surprise here. Hey, James.
All right, come on.
So, James, we're just sitting here talking about what our biggest takeaways were for day 1
Okay.
at EXP. So we're going to let you talk about what you're
Talk about my biggest takeaway. All right, cool. Put me on the spot here. All right, so my biggest takeaway was this, right? Your sum total of where you're trying to go in your real estate business or in life, period, is going to be based upon the people that you surround yourself with. And if you surround yourself with winners, you're going to be a winner. If you surround yourself with people that are not winners, then you're going to be the next person that's not going to be a winner. And what I found with this company is everybody's willing to share because there's so much to offer, simply because everybody's an owner in the company. So I don't have to compete with anybody, just simply because no matter where they are, because everyone gets stock/ownership just by doing regular stuff that they would normally do in real estate. Because of that attitude, everybody wants each other to win. Because if somebody that's not even in my group or in my team or in my city or whatever, they start doing well, it benefits me because I'm part of the ownership category. So they were talking about opening up in different states. They was talking about opening up, not states, but different countries. So before, when the brokerage I was at before, they used to open up in different offices. So it's like, hey, go check. Did you see the new office in so XYZ? You go look at the office. It's like, oh, that's pretty cool. You got this new office, so you get this little feel good. But that did nothing financially for me whatsoever. In this particular model, when they open up in a different country, not only am I happy about it and I'm proud of my brokerage, but I'm an owner of that brokerage. And therefore, that's a direct benefit to what I'm doing and what I've been able to create. So that's my biggest takeaway.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Can you share a little bit about yourself? Because I'm not sure if you were out on the pod, but who you are, what you do, and how long you been in the business. Just a little
So
bit.
you tell a story, Glenn.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, there you go. There you go. So I've been a real estate agent for like 12 years now. And I mean, 6 of those 12 years have been here at EXP. And when I tell you this has been the best 6 years in my entire life, it's done so much for me. It's done so much for my family, but it's also done so much for other people as well. Because if I did not make this decision to come over here, Craig wouldn't be here. You all wouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, maybe they would be here, but it wouldn't be on the same capacity that they're in right now. So, like, going from like a single agent, then building a real estate team. I had a team of 5 or 6, right? 2 was good, the other, not so much. But we love them all, right? We coach them all, we help them all, we push them all. But the biggest issue that I was having with if you're a team leader is that you're trying to keep your best agents not to leave. And, at some point, they sometimes want to leave. And, as a team leader, you put a lot into them. So, you start to kind of feel a kind of way about it. But I had to start realizing that if I was a team member at some point, I might want to leave. It was a glass ceiling there. Well, in this model, I've been able to help 3 people that was on my team leave my team, start their own team. They're still within the organization, and they still build and they still grow. So fast forward 6 years now later, right? So now I have an organization of over 1,200 agents, 37 states, 4 different countries. So when I was first looking at this thing, I was only looking at Metro Atlanta because that's where I'm from. But if I'm being even more specific, I was only looking at a certain area inside of Metro Atlanta. What you do in this model is you take what you currently been able to grow, which is your brand, because you never lose your brand, and you make it global. It expands way further than you would have ever thought. That's how I met this guy right here. My partner in South Carolina, his lovely wife, that we both went to Cabo and hung out, and they caught marlins and all this other stuff. And, it's pretty amazing. I've been trying to get my wife to get her real estate license forever, and she was always turning me down. But I had an idea. I said, I knew the conference was going to be in Cabo. So I told her, I said, hey, do you want to go to Cabo? So I didn't have to twist her arm very much, right? So she ended up going to Cabo. But I knew what was going to happen when she went. I knew she was going to get around some of the top agents because that's what I've been around. And they're going to start talking. They're going to start sharing and giving information. And from that, she was going to get inspired. And once that happened, she came back and got her real estate license. But funny enough, I also told Craig to come to Cabo for the first year. And he decided to bring his wife, who that did not have her real estate license as well. And the same thing happened. Came back, got her real estate license. And the business wouldn't be the same without, my wife working. And I know it wouldn't have been the same without his wife working. So,
Well,
yeah.
man, I appreciate it, man. So, hey, everybody, that just kind of puts a wrap on day 1 of EXPCon. Thanks for all watching, and look out, world. We are unleashed.